Oh my goodness. That's not good. Look at that. The days are getting shorter. Way shorter. It is November 1st, and man, it feels like winter out right now. There's a breeze that just cuts right through you. I'll tell you what, this house has never felt more cozy than it does right now. I really don't want to go out this morning, but I guess we gotta do it. This is the warmest clothes I could find, and I still feel cold. Anywho, how and way. 4 days have passed since the last episode, and last episode I had $60,000 in the bank account. Now I have $2,000. So what happened in the past 4 days that cost me all that money? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things to show you. What are those 4 things? Well, you're just gonna have to wait and find out. Man, what a hook. I'm good at this YouTube thing. Well, here's where most of my time went the past 4 days. Better get the skid steer warming up real quick. So, I've been up here at the pit, and I dug a bunch out from those walls and then put it into the separator up here. I managed to get a permit to work up here, and as far as the separator goes, well, I made a little deal with the owner of it. Just gonna be doing some trade work, but that's for a later episode. Anyways, we kind of separated, kind of processed all this dirt right here and all this gravel over here. The reason is because pretty soon things are going to start getting really muddy, really sloppy. It's going to start snowing. As you can see, it's raining right now. And our whole yard is just dirt right now. And it's going to be a nightmare trying to pull things in and out of there throughout the winter, unless we get some gravel down for it. And so our first job for today is I got to get all this dirt moved out of the way so that, other people can come up here and use this. I think just over here in this little corner is going to be the best spot for it. This is work that would be way easier with a loader, but we're just making do with the skid steer. And then once that's all done, then we can start hauling gravel down to the yard with the dump truck and spreading it. So this is the first thing I wanted to show you, but this obviously didn't take $60,000, so stay tuned. Alright, just gotta get this last little bit here. And that is all the dirt separated out. There we go. I kind of think I want to repaint this bucket more of a neutral color. I mean, the red on yellow kind of reminds me too much of fast food. No offense there, conveyor belts. So now we need to go back to the yard and come up with a game plan on how we're going to do this. Alright, well I guess it's time to reveal the second thing that we spent some money on, or some time at least. Went to the hardware store and bought a cement mixer and did this little concrete slab right here. Just because I was running out of room for the skid steer attachments, and I just didn't want these sitting on the ground getting all rusty and dirty. I'd prefer to have them sheltered, but for now this will do. And then we spent $20,000 finally buying the drop deck trailer. And yes, this is the exact one we've been renting from Eddie's. I just bought it from them. And so finally, we don't have to rent this anymore. Now, there's also $30,000 that I spent. I'm not going to reveal that one yet, though. So now I've got to figure out how we can get gravel spread all through this lot and get all the machines out of the way. I went over and talked to Samuel, wondering if I could park some stuff on their lot while I do this, and he was like, "No, you can't do that." As you know, we've had some trouble with him in the past. And so I think the best thing to do is I'm probably going to move these 2 trailers as close to this fence as I can, and then bring everything that's parked right here all the way up here, and we'll get this side of the lot done first, and then put everything back where it goes, and then do this side. Before I start moving stuff, I'm going to take these steel tracks off. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think that was possible, but we're able to get everything off this little dirt lot all at once, so we don't even have to do it in phases. Anyways, in the morning, we'll hop in the dump truck and start hauling loads of dirt in here. And then we'll spread it out the best we can with a skid steer, and then start putting like some very oh, what's the word I'm thinking for? Final touches. You know, there's one thing that I've always really wanted to have in Farming Simulator. Now, is it more life to the maps? Like, people walking their dogs, having conversations with each other, looking over and seeing your neighbor work in their field? No, it's not that. What about more dynamic ground, like you see in spin tires? Nope, it's not that either. What about, like, even some steering that actually works? Like steering where I could keep my vehicle between the white lines. It's not that either. A tilt deck trailer. Woo! What a weird thing to be excited about, but I am excited. I was watching one of DJ Goham's videos the other day, and he was talking about how Roughneck Modding is working on a tilt deck trailer, and I have so badly, for so long, wanted to have one of those in the game. I think it's probably because, like, where I'm from or where I live, that's kind of all we've ever really, like, used, or all I've ever really seen. And I kind of tried to substitute that a little bit with like the yellow trailer we have, but it's just not quite the same. You know, like in real life, you know, that wouldn't really be used to haul heavy things like skid steers and that. I mean, whenever I start a farming simulator, like when I'm starting from like $0 and building up, farming is kind of like something you work towards. Like, it's hard to start a farm with $0 without going into a ton of debt, but like you can start with odd little jobs like contracting and that sort of thing. And so for the people who really like farming, like, don't worry, we're getting to farming in this series eventually. Right now we're just kind of starting off with odd jobs to get established, but finally being able to use a tilt deck trailer to haul around all our little equipment with like a pickup truck, that's gonna be sweet. I'm excited. Shout out to Roughneck Modding. I've always just been so excited about the mods they make. When I was a teenage boy covered in acne, my skin was smoother than this. I think I need to spend the rest of the day with a landscape rake and the bucket, making this a little bit more smooth. Okay, it is the next morning, and are you finally ready to see the last thing that I spent our money on? $30,000 approximately. This little lot of land right here. Oh man, what a boring thing to spend that amount of money on. But there's no doubt about the fact that our little lot of land we currently have is getting full, and my addiction to buying things off Farmbuck Marketplace is not going anywhere, and so we need just a little somewhere extra to park some of our equipment. And this came up. It's not even an acre. A few days ago I just kind of built this little driveway going into it, so now I just need to get gravel over all of it like we did at our other lot of land. And you might be thinking, well, why not just use that little lot of land that you have kind of up in the mountains where we like logged everything out and then planted grass over it. I don't know if you remember that episode or not. Well, the original plan was to list that one for sale as like a flip, but I have some ideas for it to make it more valuable, and so we're gonna leave that alone for the time being. Plus, it's got a long off-road trail going up to it, and that would just be a nightmare going up there constantly throughout this winter, which is another reason why I'm not ready to sell it yet, because I don't think anyone wants to buy a piece of property where you gotta off-road to get to it. But anyways, I'm gonna get gravel spread all throughout here, and then yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.